Hi and welcome back to Sweets and Beyond. My name is Ida and today we're going to be cooking churrasco with chimichurri sauce. Churrasco is skirt steak or flat meat steak in English. Chimichurri sauce, it's a sauce made with oil, and traditionally it's Argentinian, and traditionally it's made with parsley, but I'm going to give my own twist on it. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to start with the marinade for the churrasco. Here I have about 7 garlic cloves. Put them in here. We're going to use about half a teaspoon of pepper. We're going to be using 1 teaspoon of oregano, and here's 1 teaspoon, the whole thing, 2 teaspoons of rosemary. This is dried rosemary, and a pinch of red pepper flakes, and this is red wine vinegar. You have to use red wine vinegar. It gives it such a nice taste. Apple cider vinegar or white vinegar will not work with this, okay? So we're going to use 1 tablespoon, and this will help tenderize your meat. Okay, so here's the 1 tablespoon, and we're going to add about, I'm gonna measure it for you, 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of good olive oil. So now we're going to mix this together and we'll be back when this is mixed. Okay, so now the marinade is already done, and if you notice, I did not add any salt to it. Why didn't I add salt? Because since this is going to marinate and it's beef, the salt can draw out all the moisture and it could be tougher, and what we want is to tenderize it. So here is the skirt steak or flat meat steak or churrasco. How beautiful this looks. Okay, so I have roughly about 2 pounds in here. I just it comes long, I just cut it into sections. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a storage bag and we're going to put all the meat in here. So it's roughly, like I said, about 2 pounds. So now we're going to add the marinade right in here. Apologize for the noise, I'm noisy. Okay, so now we're going to zip this up, take all the air out, and we're going to smush it around, making sure everything is nice and covered. And we're going to pop this in the fridge for at least 2 hours. Okay, so making sure everything is nice and incorporated with all the garlic and all the spices that we put in here. So before grilling, we will put some salt on it and it'll be awesome. So now this is going into the fridge. I'm going to wash this up and we're going to be back to make the chimichurri sauce. Okay, so now everything is washed up and we're going to start with the chimichurri sauce. Here I have 4 garlic cloves. I'm going to put in here. We're going to use about a tablespoon, perfect, of dried oregano. We are going to use a teaspoon of pepper, about half a teaspoon, not much. Well, it depends if you like it spicy or not. This is about half a teaspoon of the red pepper flakes. And we are going to be using a quarter of a red onion. Of course, I sealed it because it's the red onion. A quarter of an onion. It's a medium onion, so it's a quarter of it. I'm going to put it in here too. And here we have cilantro. Normally I would use the whole stem. It comes like this. Let me show you. A whole long stem. But what I really want, this is a very delicate sauce, so I just wanted the leaves. So I just popped them off and I didn't use this. So here is 1 cup. You don't have to press it down. If I press it down, it'll be like half a cup, but it's 1 cup. And here I have parsley, which I did the same thing. Parsley, this is curly parsley. I couldn't find the flat leaf parsley, but you can see it comes like this too. So all I did was I just used the leaves. Okay, so this goes in here too. Okay, we're going to start with this only because I don't think I can fit the cilantro in here. And to start, we're going to use 1 tablespoon. Like I said, red wine vinegar. Let's do 2 tablespoons of the red wine vinegar. And we drizzle a little bit of olive oil in it. And we're going to process it. And we'll be back with the next step. Okay, so now I processed it. Look how beautiful it looks. And it smells so amazing. So now the next step is to put in the cilantro. You see, it's just the little leaves. And we're going to drizzle it with a little bit more olive oil. And we're going to process it again. I haven't added salt yet. I'm going to add salt when I process this. Okay, so I finished processing in the cilantro and look how beautiful this looks. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer it into a glass jar. Get this out of the way. We're going to transfer it in here. And I haven't added the salt yet. I'm going to add the salt soon. So this has to be refrigerated too, so all the flavors can be combined really nice and well together. I can't wait. Okay, so now this is sea salt that I'm using, coarse salt. I don't know, I prefer it in this dish since it's not going to be. So maybe about a teaspoon, and we're going to mix this up. We moved all this stuff out of the way. Okay, so now we're going to try it. Try a little bit more salt. Here you go. So now we're going to add a little bit more olive oil because if you see it doesn't have that much. So we're going to top it off. So maybe a total we're going to be using about 1 cup of olive oil. And we're just going to stir it in nicely like this. And we're going to pop this into the fridge for a couple of hours. I don't know if you can see it. This is going to be amazing on that churrasco. So now we're going to put this in the fridge. And like I said, minimum 2 hours. So all these flavors can combine. And we'll be back when all this. Okay, so here you have them. They marinated in the fridge for 2 hours. And about 20 minutes before I'm gonna cook them, you take them out because you never want to put cold meat on a hot skillet. This is an indoor electric grill because then it'll seize up and it'll be tough. But now that I have them, what I'm gonna do is I have some kosher salt and some black pepper here. So I'm gonna sprinkle just a little, not much, on each side, and I'm just gonna lay them. Oh, look how beautiful it looks. And now I'm going to season this side, just a little. You don't need much. They're going to be so flavorful. So we're going to cook them for approximately 4 to 5 minutes on each side. And then we're going to let them rest. But I'm going to be back when I have to flip these. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes and I'm going to flip them. Look how beautiful this looks. And the smells, I can't even describe how wonderful it smells in here. So we're going to flip them and we're going to cook them. This meat should not be cooked well done because if you cook it well done, it's gonna be like shoe leather. So 5 minutes on each side and we will let it rest. After I take it out of here, I'm gonna let it rest for 10 minutes and then I will show you the finished product. Okay, so I left the churrasco rest for at least 10 minutes. You don't have to mean 10 minutes, it'll get cold, but maybe. So I have to cut into it because it looks so beautiful and it smells so good. Let us see. And this is the chimichurri sauce that we made. See how dark it got? Because we put it in the fridge for a couple hours. So please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Buen Provecho. Dip a little bit of it. Here it is. Here it goes. Try it.